Hi, everyone. Welcome to Source Snack Break. I am Ren with Source. Today is Tuesday, July 7th. And before we get started with our guests, I'll explain a couple things about this webinar tool. So you're all muted automatically, but you do have access to the live chat there on the right. So you can pop in your favorite emoji to try it out. And you can also use the live chat to ask any questions or comment. We'll make sure we answer any questions you have. So bring it on. We love them. We'll also send you a recording of this webinar after the presentation is over, so you can reference it later or send it to a friend. So that's exciting. Today's guests, plural, are Christine and Amanda, are two Patcraft reps from Portland. Well, newly to Portland. Hey, Christine, can you go first and first introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then Amanda will follow up with you.
Yeah, sure. I'm Allie. So I've been with Patcraft for about 2 years now, coming up really close, which is bizarre to think about. Have been repping for like 6 years now. And I've got a little guy at home, Trent. He is taking a nap behind that wall right now as we speak. So hopefully he keeps it down for us. And yeah, I live in the Couve, and but was born and raised in Portland, and yeah, excited to be with you guys today.
Awesome. Amanda, tell us about yourself.
Hello, I'm Amanda Dammarell. I just recently moved back to Portland. I'm born and raised here, just like Christine, but I was living on the East Coast for the past almost 13 years, which is crazy. So Patcraft and Shaw hired me out of the University of Oregon. I lived in the South for 5 years, working and selling carpet there. And the past 8 years, I was in New York City selling Patcraft. So I'm new to this market, excited to be home, closer to family.
Yeah.
Crazy time to move across the country. But it's nice to be here and have trees and fresh air.
Sure. I love that. Yeah. So before we get into your new products, Amanda, can you talk a little bit about Patcraft as a company, like just a little bit about what you all do, what you're known for. You have some cradle to cradle certifications, which I am obsessed with. Can you just give us a little overview of Patcraft before we dive in?
Yeah, absolutely. So Patcraft is a division of Shaw Industries. We are a little bit smaller brand. I kind of like to say that we're like the boutique brand within Shaw. So we've changed and evolved a lot over the past 5 to 10 years. We really strive to be the performance brand within the company. So all of our products are made for heavy to severe traffic environments, but still holding all of, like you were saying, Ren, the sustainable aspects of the products. All of our carpets are PVC free, cradle to cradle certified. We have a really large LVT portfolio that's done really well for us. And we just continue to grow. I say we're kind of like the little sister that grew up. So really exciting things that have come out the past few years.
I love that. I remember when I first started as a designer, I really enjoyed Patcraft and the story of the cradle to cradle because you guys got on board pretty early on, way back when, really dating myself. But I have really enjoyed watching the design aspect of Patcraft really blossom, that you've really pushed it in terms of the design and the patterns that are available for designers. So let's get into your newest one. This is a Resilient. Christine, can you kick it off and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So Natural State is an addition to our Resilient platform that Amanda was talking about. So we have a newer construction that we've had in the market for a couple of years, and it's called SPC, which is solid polymer construction, and it's a nice rigid core product. And so we wanted to branch out with the visual offering that's there. So the photographs that are showing here, the first one on the top right is a great visual of both and now my phone's ringing, of course, both the stone visual and the wood look. And then another nice installation of the wood look, which kind of gives a nice soft residential feel. I love that we incorporated our rug there. And then we also have some nice coordinating palettes there that kind of incorporate all of the collections that we have, the different types of platforms that we have. But Natural Slate really shines there with the soft woods and the stone.
Sweet. Can you talk a little bit about the SPC? What does that mean exactly? Like, what's it made out of?
Yeah. So the SPC construction is a rigid core construction. And the concept behind that is to create a really nice, durable product that can be basically bulletproof when it comes to indentation. But then also we have attached pad on the click versions of this, which give you added acoustic value. And the click also provides the option to have a waterproof floor, which is really key in this market.
Awesome. Okay. So let's get into that a little bit. When it comes to specifying this product, maybe Amanda, you can talk to this a little bit. What should designers keep in mind in terms of like the install, the products or the projects that this is the most applicable for, are the things the designers should keep in mind? How does this compare to like just a regular resilient? Like, what are some considerations designers should keep in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So the great thing about this addition to our line is that it kind of fills a gap for us, natural state, where we have a 12 mil option, which is really great for low commercial environments and multifamily residential spaces. The rigid core in it is, like Christine mentioned, is solid. So it doesn't have to acclimate over time, and it will hold its shape. It doesn't expand and contract at all, and water will not damage it, like she said. The other advantage of it being a solid core is that it helps hide the imperfections. So you could go over an existing floor that may have cracks. You could even go over tile with grout lines, and it's not going to telegraph through the product at all. So I've worked with it a lot in like retail applications where they can go in over existing and install overnight and open the next day, which is really great. But it's super durable for all commercial environments. So having the 20 mil option for high traffic, and then the 12 mil for low traffic. The one thing to keep in mind when you're specifying this product, though, the benefit of it being a rigid core, if you were to hold it, it would keep its shape completely flat. But with that, you need to make sure that the subfloor is level because it will click over time. So the things that are the advantages of it can sometimes be a disadvantage if you're dealing with a wavy floor. And in that application, you would want to use a glue down basic LVT. The click also can be floated or it can be glued depending on the application. So that's also great too for quick replacements and turns that you wouldn't have to glue it to the subfloor.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Can you talk a little bit about the different types of looks that come with this product? It's stone and wood.
Yeah. So we have 2 stone visuals in this, and then some really nice natural woods that lean very like Scandinavian gray tones, which seem to be really popular right now. The cool part though with the stone visual is that it's the same size plank as the woods. So if you wanted to transition within a space or a large open space, try to break it up, you could drop in like the accent of the stones within the woods, but then have it be one solid plane.
Nice. So speaking of that, like what are you two seeing in terms of trends with resilient flooring? Are you seeing like what kind of looks are you finding? Designers, chat in what you're seeing, or what are your clients asking for these days? Are wood looks in? Are reclaimed woods like what tell us the sneak peek of what we should be doing here. Help us out.
Well, I would say that from a designer standpoint, I feel that the request for different visuals besides wood is there, but we also see on the end use aspect how well it does and that homey feel, especially, now that we're all kind of stuck at home, having that essence of home in a more public space is a high demand request. So, as often as, and personally for repping different types of products over the years, as often as I hear, oh, we're tired of wood looks, I get tons and tons of requests for wood looks. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that they're going away anytime soon. I think that the addition to the stone visual gives a nice, sleek, like just subtle look. I mean, the photo of the restaurant on the right looks wonderful. But the wood looks that we have in this collection are much more elevated, and it's not just a red oak kind of vibe where it doesn't really fit most color trends. This basswood that we're showing on the left here is a nice, soft, warm tone, but it really can lend to a number of different palettes, which I think is a high request from designers and end user alike.
Awesome. Yeah. I love that.
I was just going to add, we call it resimercial, so you get your residential commercial vibe. Definitely seeing a lot of, like I mentioned, like Scandinavian color tones. The pale woods seem to be really popular now, more of those maples. But yeah, as much as people say they don't want wood, it still is such a staple. And with the new constructions and more delustered matte finishes, they look super realistic and high end.
Love that. Well, I'll do a shout out to our designers. Is that what you guys are seeing as well? Like matte finishes, Scandinavian, we're loving it. Let us know, because this is all great information for us to have. All right, let's chat a little bit. Christine, you have something really cool to show us. Before we get into it, can you talk a little bit about what this tool that you're going to show us is for and why designers would use it in their like everyday design practice?
Right. Yeah. So we have a patented product that's called Sound Advisor, and I'll kind of go a quick run through of the website and how that looks here in a second. But basically, acoustics play a really huge role when designing spaces, whether they are for a multifamily project or a hotel or even just office space these days. I think of on the multifamily side, now that, again, everybody seems to be working from home, that Iic rating is going to play a bigger role. And so the Sound Advisor tool basically gives us the ability to hear and see what Iic ratings are between different types of products and how they are affected from one type to another. So like an LVT that's 2 1/4, 2 millimeters thick versus, for example, our 4 millimeter SPC with natural state. So we'll kind of go over that. But a lot of points that people don't always realize is that Iic isn't just a product itself. It has to do with the overall construction of a building with the product included. And so we give you different types of construction styles and the most popular ones that we see, and give you those test results based on real actual data. And it's not just saying, oh yeah, it gets an Iic of 50, when really it could be 50 with one construction method and 45 with another. So we kind of help weed out that confusion with this tool.
Awesome. Well, while you're loading it up, I'll let you share your screen. Can you talk about what an Iic rating is for those of us who cannot remember our acronyms?
Yeah. It's the impact isolation class is kind of what it is essentially called. And basically it's impact sound. So if we're talking about multiple levels, if someone is above you in your apartment, so for Amanda, for example, if someone is above you and they're stomping with their feet, they're tap dancing or whatever, that sound that comes through into your space, that sound that you hear, that's the rating that we're getting there.
Got it. Okay. And so this is going to become really important as we all spend more time at home, as we all are in these apartment buildings. Okay. That makes total sense. I love that. Okay. So Christine is going to pull up this cool tool that designers have access to. Is that correct? Or could have access
Yes.
to? Awesome.
Yeah. So basically, can y'all see this now?
It's coming. Hold on. Okay. We'll vamp for time. As we do.
Sure, yeah. So basically, it's going to show the login page here. Everybody has to create an account, but it's free, and it's not going to push you with marketing information or anything like that. It's just so that way you can have your login. And we find that either one firm will have a login, and it'll be so-and-so architects, and the password's 1 2 3 4 5, whatever, or you can put your own personal login. The website's called patcraft.soundadvisor.com, and we can share that link with you guys after the presentation. And so once you're logged in here, we'll go ahead and get that going.
Mine is just showing 3 dots. Are you guys seeing 3 dots?
Uh-oh.
It's still loading on my end too.
It's still loading.
Still loading on your end.
Okay. Well, let's
see if we can try this.
Okay, good. All right. Well, while we're vamping for time, as we say, if you have any questions, designers, feel free to chat them in. as we load this up, or you can let us know if this is something your clients talk to you about in terms of how to sound transmit through a building. I think it's definitely something that we think about a lot of times after the fact when it doesn't work. And so, oh my gosh, here we are. I love it.
Is it working?
It is.
Okay. So once we're logged in here, and the login page is just type in your email, type in your password, easy peasy. You can save it to your computer so you don't have to re-enter that password and forget what you wrote in, whatever. Basically, you just get a really nice blank screen here, but we show on the left-hand side all of the flooring assembly options that we have to choose from. So the one that I'm going to run with you guys today is the open web truss, which tends to be a pretty common multi-residential construction method. And since this product, Natural State, is suitable for multi-residential, we thought that would be a good one to go over. So you click on the floor assembly that you want. And also, if you guys have any questions about floor assembly options, you can hit that little info button and it shows you the different options.
Oh,
so open web truss is on the lower right-hand side there. So we've got our flooring assembly picked, and then we can just pick our type of floor. So the nice thing about this website is that it shows you the different options available. And then if you click on view products, it'll show you which collections from Patcraft is available with that type of flooring product. So we're going to go ahead and use the 4.4 millimeter SPC because that is what Natural State includes. And then we'll show you what the audio sounds like. So when you have this come up, it'll show subfloor only. So that doesn't include any type of flooring product installed. It's just, that open web truss subfloor. And it will show you here that it has an Iic rating of 39, but then we can also test the audio so you guys can hear what the difference is. So we've clicked that. Hopefully everybody could hear that okay. It kind of has a little bit of a loud ruffle. And then if you do the integrated version, this actually means that it's the subfloor with the SPC on top. So that's the complete flooring assembly. The Iic rating, once you use that, is a 55, which exceeds the minimum requirement for multifamily. And it's significantly quieter.
Like,
so
I'm not
you
hearing
can hear
anything, and that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the other nice thing on here too is that you can download a PDF, which gives you the actual test ratings.
Wow.
And then that can be incorporated into your project. So on here, you can see that there's other available options. 2 to 3 millimeter LVT we often see, but it also gives you different underlayment options too. So if we had to do a more budget-friendly option that's been VE'd 8 times, but they still need to have some sort of acoustic value added to that, we could use like our Groundworks underlayment pad and get to that appropriate IIC.
I love that. So designers can really play with that in real time and see what difference the subfloor, but also the product that they pick makes a difference in a space.
Exactly.
I love that.
That's the whole point, is to let you guys experiment with different types of products and see how they can be affected by sound. So, and we, it's general to the type of product. We include our offering within those, as we showed with View Products tab, but it's a nice tool to use for any project that you're working on.
I love that. And it wouldn't be me if we didn't talk about how you have some amazing PVC-free resilience, because I know that there are a bunch of designers on the line here that are PVC-free firms, or they're looking for red list-free products. Can you guys talk about your amazing PVC-free resilience? Because you're one of like 3 people that have it, and I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
maybe Amanda take this one.
Yeah, this is our bio-based PVC-free resilient that we came out with, and it's the ecosystem. sorry about that. Ecosystem is the collection. So all of the material is made from natural oils. It's fascinating and amazing, and I don't know how they did it, but it's
magic,
certified and PVC free. It also is highly durable. It outperformed on all the stain testing, and it's also bleach cleanable if needed. But yeah, we have it in a sheet visual and also tiles. So great options depending on, whatever type of environment you're working on. But it's been super successful for us and really great high performing product. So it's really exciting. We're looking to build on the platform too, moving forward.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, one thing that I always forget that not only is it PVC free, but it's also bio-based, which is super rad. Yeah. So I really want to say thank you as a designer who was always asking for this thing. Christine knows I was like always the one about this, and to finally have it, I'm so excited about it because it really does encourage the rest of the industry to move in that direction. So I'm really pumped about that. So designers, if you want to order samples from our friends here, you can do that right now on our website. We have these products loaded. It's Christine and Amanda are amazing resources for you. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you because, again, it's nice to talk to friends when you've been stuck in the house by yourself all day, just speaking personally. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to chat them in now. If you'd like to register for another snack break, we've got a couple loaded for you. You can smash that register now button. It doesn't look like we have any other questions, so I'd like to say thank you so much to you two for coming to Snack Break and showing us that amazing tool. It's super cool. I always love things that's like immediate satisfaction. Like you can see how your design like impacts something. It's really cool. I love it. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks all. All right. We'll talk to you later. See ya.